And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 El Tigre. Grr, 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 grr. Grr. Grr again? Here I grr again on my own. Grr, grr, grrring down the only road I've ever known. Okay. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. What's up? LSU ain't got no defense. Saints ain't got no offense. Texans are the best team in football. I mean, the Astros won the division? Weren't we just talking about that was the least likely scenario?
When we last met.
Right. We were telling you of the 21 scenarios that two of them were the Astros would win the division. More scenarios where the Astros would not even make it into the playoffs. And here they are winning the division and getting the bye. And, man, it's good to be the king, I guess, Rogers. Yep. That's what you'd like to find out from this. Hey, everybody, what's up? How are we? How's your mom and them? Rogers, we've gotten reports that Zach Wilson left with Donna Kelsey after the game.
Oh, good God. Oh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, that was the, yeah. By the way, did you see Rodney Harrison? Did you see his comments after the game? He was, I think it was Rodney Harrison, right? I think so. Was talking about how, like, they were interviewing Chris Jones, the defensive lineman for the Chiefs.
Yes.
And he was like, I saw his film. He looked like garbage. And Chris Jones like, man, no, like he struggled a bit, but he was improving. You can see he's got the ability to do it or whatever. And he's like, oh, he was garbage. I'm like, dude,
it's definitely something personal going on.
Like,
there.
calm it down, buddy.
Yeah.
Like that was a little out of line. But we had all kind of NFL craziness going on yesterday. We'll get to. Not only did Taylor Swift show up for the Jets versus the Chiefs, but also Deadpool and Wolverine both showed up. Did you see that? Deadpool and Wolverine were both there. I mean, just some wildness. The Astros win the division, and the Saints can't score, and the LSU can't stop anybody. Just a wild one over the weekend. Demons played a 19-10 game. I mean, 19-10. What year is this? 1987? Good Lord. Rogers, that was 16-10 for most of the game. It was crazy. Tech got a win. Nice job. ULM almost got a win. Lost to App State by a point. I know. Poor Terry. That was so close. They'd been 3-1 at that point. So all of that happening. Rogers, my picks sucked.
Oh, yeah, we had a week.
1-6. But I'm going to cut myself a break because Jalen Daniels, the quarterback of Kansas, got scratched in the pregame warmups, which is why they only scored 14 against Texas. I think if Daniels is in there, that's like a 40-28 type of score. And Texas still wins, and they still win reasonably easily. But I think Kansas scores a bunch more points, and I cover.
Yeah.
So that,
I get it.
yeah, that happened. Jalen Daniels, who is an electric QB, he's battled back issues most of the season. Missed the first game of the year because of back issues, and then was scratched in pregame warmups. I was like, if I'd known that, I'd have taken the bet off the board. It's not a bet. I don't have any money on it or anything. But still. So I'd like to cut myself a break, Rogers, and make it like a 1-5, but I'm not going to do it. I went with it. 1-6 this week, Rogers. Whew. Just rough. Saints didn't come through. LSU didn't come through. I thought that the Patriots would at least do something against the Cowboys.
Jones is not really good.
Zappy played again.
You like him,
I do like Bailey Zappy. He's look, Rogers, when you grow up hard by the CVS down there at Houston Christian, right next door to the CVS. Yeah, brother, you're ready. I mean, so yeah, like just a lot happening, man. It was a big full weekend. We got all kind of fun things happening here. Potentially some changes may be made in about a week. We're hoping, fingers crossed. And then you're really going to want to have the YouTube channel at that point, because you're going to want to see what is going on. So yeah, we got all kind of things happening. It was a big weekend. As a member of my family mentioned, Rogers, that there was a pot of gold to be had this weekend. And if you were going to be a sports bettor, which obviously is legal here in the state of Louisiana, you would want to go ahead and put all that on Alabama to take care of business. And Alabama absolutely took care of business. And, man, I feel bad for Trey White. Just saw the pop-up there of Trey White. Looks like it might be Achilles. Yeah. And if that's the case, then he's done for the year. Yeah. Unless he goes to the Aaron Rodgers school of ivermectin injections or whatever he's doing. I love they kept showing him up in the box. My thought was this: why are you in the box? Shouldn't you be on the sideline, like helping out your QB? Or how about if you're in the coach's box, talking to Zach Wilson? All right, look, Zach, listen. Just pretend that the other Wilson, your receiver, is a 42-year-old hot woman. Don't you want to score? Yeah. Then make sure you look. Zach Wilson looked great last night. I mean, as good as he's looked all year, really all his career. Speaking of, there's yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the perfect song for him. Well, as long as Zach Wilson's going to keep being the quarterback. Do you know? I wonder if he knows of Stacy and or her mom. And I wonder how Zach Wilson felt. How crazy was that? That was a 17-0 game. And it looked like it was just going to be an absolute runaway. And then next thing you know, Zach Wilson is over here leading the team back. They tied it up at 20 in the third. Just crazy how close they were. Yeah, then we had a fumbled snap, and apparently there was a huge missed hold on the right here.
Yes.
Like no, it's not there. Mahomes on a scramble late.
Oh, they called pass interference on Sauce, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh. They had a defensive holding, but no, there's when Mahomes scrambles here in just a second, and yeah, he grabbed him. He did grab him. Oh. There was also a run later that Mahomes took off for like 20 yards, and the offensive tackle just is grabbing and holding the defensive end and just moving him around. Like it was not even close. So we got all kind of good stuff happening. Things are going on. Football to talk about. We got to give away our Two Johns Upset Special gift certificate. Another basically 100 entries. Rogers, I'm sorry, your Vandy boys did not do it for you. They hung in. I'll say this: Eli Drinkowitz is trying to get a Coach of the Year nod for what he's done at Mizzou.
If they win this weekend,
they're starting to look a lot better. So yeah, look, I mean, the way LSU's defense is playing right now, I mean, good night. Granted, Lane's a master play caller and a master offensive design wizard. And Jackson Dart's good arm. They've got obviously Quinshon Judkins is a stud. But, man, that LSU defense, between the times they looked lost in the secondary and the times they couldn't tackle anybody, that was not pretty for LSU. But obviously we'll get into that. We'll break down in there a little bit more. We've also got to tell you how the Two Johns upset special went. We'll give that away today at some point. Rogers, a friend of yours is in the running for the gift certificate. Yeah,
it must be one of 16.
Well, no, it's an actual friend. Well, I mean, like someone you know. Okay. I believe you know them.
Okay.
Pretty sure is in there.
All right.
But we'll get to that. So we've got that going on. We've got all the college football to discuss. We've got all the NFL to discuss. We even have some baseball. The playoffs are set tomorrow or today? Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, yeah. Day off. Everybody gets to kind of reset a little bit. And then they get going as the Astros ended up winning the West. I did enjoy, Rogers, I'm not sure if you and David Saltzman are friends or not. Saltzman is a play-by-play guy. He's a big Houston guy. He's actually from San Antonio, but he posted a thing saying, here's the lineup for the Mariners against the Rangers in that last game, because knowing that the Mariners had to beat the Rangers in order for the Astros to win the division.
And the Astros had to win.
Well, they already won. The Astros got their win.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They took care of their
The Astros got their win, and then it was the Rangers it was then up to them, up to the Mariners, because the Mariners at that point were already eliminated. The Astros won 2, they were in. Rangers were already in. So the Mariners had nothing to play for in that last game. They were already out. And so my buddy David Saltzman, Rogers, again, he's an NSU. He does some Southland stuff or whatever. Good dude, good play-by-play man. David Saltzman decided this would be because the Astros had already clinched. They'd won 2. Rangers had already clinched. The Mariners were out of it. And so then it was kind of, Rogers, if you think about it, the Mariners got to choose who won the division, right? Like if they tried to win the last game and won it, then the Astros would likely win the division. You would think they'd beat the Diamondbacks. But if the Mariners tanked that last game, then they could basically assure that the Rangers won the division. So in thinking that the Mariners would tank in order to allow the Rangers to win the division, David Saltzman thought that the lineup for the Mariners would look like this, Rogers. You tell me who you're gonna pitch to in this lineup. You ready? J.P. Crawford, Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, the Mariners mascot, Jack Sikma, Steve Largent, Michael Penix Jr., Sue Bird, and Scott Service. That's who he thought the lineup would be for the Mariners, so they would just tank it and let the Rangers win because they hate the Astros. I like Sue Bird, personally. She probably... Said the starting pitcher would be Dave Matthews because he lives in Seattle. I liked it. Thought it was pretty good. But yeah, no, the Mariners did the job. Got it done and allowed the Astros to win the division. So Hambone, Rogers, you've got swag from all division titles, right? You have all of the division title shirts and everything from every year.
Actually, I do not.
Oh, come on now.
We joked about that this morning with Fletch and Adam. I was like,
Got to
You
buy
know
another
what?
shirt.
I'm not going to buy another new division championship
Yeah,
shirt 6 out of 7
2023.
years. What I'm going to do is just the one from like 2 years ago. I'm going to mark out the back part of the year and then write in 3.
Or no, why don't you do the like the that one guy that has the Browns quarterback jersey?
Oh, good God,
and
yeah.
just
Where
keep
it's,
putting the okay. There's 2018. There's 2019. There's 2020.
that's more sad. To
Oh,
me,
it is
I
sad.
feel like it would be more cocky for me to do that. So that's why I'm just going to wear an old shirt and just mark out the 1 and the 2 and the 3.
Right.
And I mean, you know,
you should put them all on there. You should
Yeah.
have a 1, cross it out next to it, put a 2,
make it
cross
where it
that
wraps
out,
all
put
the
it-
way
yeah,
around.
Exactly.
I mean, 7 straight years in the playoffs. Right
mean-
now, the AL record, 6 out of 7 division championships.
Mm.
You know, when you send in a text the week before the last weekend of the season, bad mouthing my Astros. And then even one of the runners on Friday night for Friday Football Frenzy was like, man, we love Rodgers, but I don't want to see those Astros in the playoffs. Well, when you come at the best and you come at the World Series champs who struggled this year,
Right.
but ending up winning a division against the Texas Rangers, who at one point was having the best regular season in the history of their organization.
Yeah.
You know what? You wonder why you play till the last game of the season?
Hey, enjoy that first round matchup at Tampa Rangers.
Yeah. While the Astros get to go home and rest.
Set their
And
lineup
get their
just the way they
lineup
want to.
set.
Yeah, and set
Get
everything.
these old pitchers some rest. Get Uncle Mike a little snooze. Sorry, I every year I sit back and just take all the crap and still hear all this banging garbage can crap that there's 2 people, I think, on the team from 7 years ago. So if you're hanging on to that, and like the Seattle fans who were clapping when Altuve got hit and then another Astros hitter got hit and they're all standing and clap, learn your game, get your head out of your ass, and move on. This is a fantastic organization that everybody was throwing under the bus, kerplunk, kerplunk, kerplunk. Not only have they not kerplunk, 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 they have won. And the Rangers and their great season they were having, they were running away with the division. Well, who won the Boot Series that clinched the division? Those poor old, sorry Astros, who most of their stars missed time this year. Altuve missed the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
Verlander was gone. McCullers never showed back up. Uncle Mike's
but Verlander did show back up.
he did, but and then Brantley was supposed to be back, April, May.
Right.
Just now came back. So guess what happened? A lot of young, inexperienced people on the roster got a lot of valuable playing time to where you get used to being a big leaguer. You get used to the routine of what you're doing. And next thing you know, you're hitting the playoffs as the defending World Series champions with the most experience of any team in the playoffs. And the first time, what was it, Patrick, 17 years? No Yankees, no Red Sox, no Cardinals. But yet, 7 straight years, there's those a-holes that everybody can't stand.
I thought they were the Astros.
Well, no, there's so many different names that they try to
Astros.
degrade them with.
Okay, I
but
gotcha.
in the end, who end up with poop on their face? All the haters.
Oh, man, feel bad for the haters.
All the haters. I mean, the Astros did the monkey thing. Just feces to everybody.
Okay. All right. Poop.
That's why you play to the last game. I mean, I take crap on the text line. I take crap on social media. You're still living from 7
But
years
now,
ago.
where's the crap on what
Yeah, where's
face?
the crap now? It's in
What
your
face?
face.
It's on your face.
It's like David Spade. Get the poo off me. Well, the Astros keep dumping poo all over you. But Rangers, you made it. You're in the dance. Now show me what you got.
I'm going to need to just hold on for a moment, Rogers, while I tweet out a quote from Hambone that says, the Astros just keep dumping poo on you.
Keep hating, and they dump more poo on you. They Joe Dirt you. They Joe Dirt you. You're the peanut in the asteroid turd right now.
Oh, boy.
Because you're an Astros hater and can't get over the fact that everybody else was cheating the same way. The Astros are the Barry Bonds of the steroid area. They're all were cheating. The league went so far as to go to court to not reveal the Yankees document that 3 years in a row they got fined and punished for sign stealing. Now, if you can't read that and know it's true, Boston, Pena got suspended. They've let A.J. Hinch back in the league now for 3 years. The league went to court to hide the Yankees' punishment. So guess what? So not to get poo on their face. But the court said, you know what? Let's open that document. Oh, everybody was doing it. The mighty, mighty Yankees and then Major League Baseball responds with, we just didn't want to tarnish their image. But let's poo all over the Stros. Well, guess what? They pooed back on you.
This may be the greatest thing I've ever heard in my
And I
entire
don't care
life.
if they make it back to the World Series after 7 straight years of going to the playoffs. If you still haven't learned, then that's just poo on you.
Also, I just want to say, Rogers, I want to admire the fact that you didn't have to use the dump button once during that entire thing, as many times as you used the word poo.
I'm no longer angry because it's comical that, who won the division for 6 out of 7 years? Who's the defending World Series champions that are playing their best when the playoffs start? And it's Rocktober. They may not get out of this first series, and that won't matter to me. The fact that all year long, like I said, even last week, sorry, and then on Friday Night Frenzy, we love Rogers, but I don't want to see those Astros cheaters. Okay, get over it. Cheat better, get better, win better.
Okay.
Quit bashing when my team's better than yours. Sorry.
And you have poo on you, and we don't.
And Joe Dirt says, get the poo off me.
That's right. Ooh, it's poo.
It's poo.
All right. Hey, it's the Patrick Netherton show where we don't have poo on us right now. At least not that I'm
We
aware
need some
of.
Husker do's and Husker don'ts, man.
Yeah.
Come on, give it to me.
Whistling bungholes.
Give it to me.
and-
Give it to me. I know you know it.
I don't know the whole thing. That's the problem.
No, you're as damn good close
Huskers,
to anybody as I
Husker
know.
do's, Husker don'ts, whistling bungholes. It's. I don't have all the right. Hold on, but it is easy to. You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, Nipsey daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser.
You got to expand your business, bro.
Goodness. Wow. Well, this first segment took quite a turn.
That's
hey,
called
everybody.
182 games of hearing crap from people that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground and just want to badmouth a team that's really damn good and a manager that's very respected and still clapping for people getting hit with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That's low. And come on, people, be above that. But 182 games, who's standing at the end?
Rogers, I'd say I'm still standing.
You are,
better
Elton.
than I ever been.
Reginald Dwight?
That's right.
I'd change my name, too, if it was Reginald Dwight.
Yeah, probably.
How he got to Elton John, I don't know.
Well, you know what, Rogers? It's funny you should ask.
Really?
Because I'm going to look
Well,
that
your
up.
name's Reginald Dwight, and you probably, hey, I'm Reggie Dwight. Yeah, that's probably not going to work as an English guy in the
Did you
early
know he
70s.
has legally changed his name?
Oh, yeah. It's like Peter Chris Kula is Peter Chris now.
Rogers, his actual name now is Elton Hercules John. That is his literal name. Born Reginald Kenneth Dwight. Let's see. Early life, he was born Reginald Kenneth Dwight. He was raised in a council house. He studied, educated at the Pennerwood Junior School, Rediford School, and Penner County Grammar School. He then, when he began to consider a career in music, his father, who served in the Royal Air Force, tried to steer him to become a banker.
Son, you ain't cut out for war.
So no, his dad was in the Royal Air Force.
Yeah, that's
and
what
said,
I mean.
Yeah,
He's like,
said,
son.
no, he said you shouldn't play music. You should be a banker. And Elton John said that the wild stage costumes and performances were his way of letting go after a restrictive childhood.
Going. Yeah, he knew where it was going.
His parents bought a lot of records, therefore exposing him to popular singers and musicians. He started playing his grandmother's piano as a young boy. Let's see. He began taking formal piano lessons, showed quite an aptitude with it. At age 11, he won a junior scholarship to the Royal Academy of Music. Apparently, he was a bit of a savant when it came to the piano. Said after hearing a 4-page musical piece by Handel, he promptly played it back like a gramophone record, according to one of his instructors. So he was known simply as Reggie at age 15 when he played a bunch of songs. Then he formed a band in 1962 called Bluesology. I'm trying to see where he changed his name. 6 months later, 1967, 6 months later, he started going by the name Elton John in homage to 2 members of his first band, Bluesology, saxophonist Elton Dean and vocalist Long John Baldry. So he legally changed his name to Elton Hercules John in 1972.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So apparently, I didn't realize Elton John were his 2 bandmates in his first band back from 1962.
Yeah, that sounds about the right time he released his first debut album.
Yeah.
Very great talent. No,
unbelievable talent.
I'm a big Elton John fan. Growing up, I'll be honest with you, being an only child, and I was immersed into music and like Elvis. The showmanship is what I look back on now and realize what I was into.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big Elvis fan. Well, he's one of the biggest showmen of all time.
Sure, Kiss.
Love Kiss.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Elton, even though his music wasn't, the rock music and the costumes and just the way he packaged his own stage persona, I guess I just realize now, because I always loved going to the circus. I loved going to Astroworld. I loved doing, and I guess I just, migrated toward entertainers that maybe over the top a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Elton John is one of the biggest talents there's ever been. You want to go ahead and hit a break and then do the intros?
Sure, if you want to.
Because I had a Kid Rock song queued up.
Right,
we're going to do that coming out.
Okay.
But since we're doing Elton.
Okay, sure. Still standing better than I ever did. He also, Rogers, is a Companion of Honor. That's one of his titles. As he's also a member of the Commander of the Order of the British Empire. So basically 2 of the highest awards you can have. He has been, so actually his name is Sir Elton Hercules John CHCBE. That's his full title. And he's still standing. We'll be back. Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
We're your local bank in your community, so come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Hey LSU fans, I'm Tony Tagliavore, inviting you to join me Thursday night at 8 for the 16th season of Talkin' Tiger Football, presented in part by Carter Credit Union and Ray Ford. Following the Brian Kelly Show, we'll talk one solid hour of LSU football, game previews, the game day forecast, and your chance to win with the Dilla's Quesadillas trivia question. I hope you will listen Thursday night at 8 to Talkin' Tiger Football, right here on the home of LSU Sports, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
With fall appliance savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With new Samsung refrigerators with extra large capacities, or dishwashers with space-saving solutions that can fit so much you won't need the kitchen sink. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online, your savings are just a click away. Get up to $2,000 off select kitchen bundles. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid September 28th through October 18th. Fast range extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Yo, J Balvin here. Verizon just hooked me up with a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium. How can you get one? By switching to my plan at your Verizon store, get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on them. When you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition, guaranteed. And listen to my new song, Dientes, on your way to get the new iPhone 15 Pro.
Don't miss out. Switch to my plan from Verizon today. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
O'Reilly. Get ultimate durability and extreme weather performance with Rain-X Advantage wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Purchase a pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and save $10, plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for every driver who wants more. More action. More fun. More guts. More head turns. More adventure. More electric. At Nissan, more is all we do.
Hi, this is Lisa Janes, Director of Sales for Shreveport Bossier's Town Square Media. We're adding to our team of sales professionals and may have a place for you. This position isn't for everyone. It's hard work, but also fun, fast-paced, and can be very financially rewarding. Town Square Media works hard to provide a total media plan for our partner clients and help them grow their businesses. Our client success determines our success. If you have past media experience with agency and direct business, want to make more money, and want to grow your career, apply today at ShreveportJobs.com. No calls, please. We have an excellent training program and won't just kick you out the door and tell you to go make a living. We offer all aspects of marketing for businesses, including websites, broadcast, video, display, programmatic options, and more. Town Square Media is on the grow, and we have excellent benefits. Town Square Media is an equal opportunity employer. Females and minorities are encouraged to apply. Send your resume today to ShreveportJobs.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. Hambone and Patrick, that's us. Let's go ahead and introduce the show since we didn't do that earlier. A couple ways you can get in touch with us here at the show. You can call us at 318-320-1130. That's 318-320-1130. Where's Coach O? Coach. By the way, Roger, did you see he posted a photo? I think he's in Miami, maybe, because he posted a photo. It was like, actually, I think it may have been a video of him like on the ocean front, like Miami behind him or whatever. I think that's where he was. Hello. Hey, there you go, Coach. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. You can also find us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing
text line. Find us there. Also want to mention before we get into the rest of things that we are brought to you by our friends at Bobby L. Green Plumbing, 2 John Steak and Seafood, and Hollis Dental Care. That's right. You need your teeth cleaned, or you need something a little more serious. Hollis Dental Care can take care of it for you. Whether it's just, simple maintenance, right? You go get your teeth cleaned every 6 months, whatever. That's one. Or if you are someone who maybe needs a little bit more extensive work done, an implant, that's kind of the big thing right now. And Rogers, who doesn't love a good implant, right? I mean, everybody loves them. But you want to make your teeth look a little bit nicer. You may be missing one or two. You need one of those implants. Hollis Dental Care is the place to go. 703-6680. That's 703-6680. Also, one of my favorite aspects of things is if you have something that is sort of critical, right? Bad toothache, something happening, whatever. You call them by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and they're getting you in the same day. They will make sure you get in to be seen, take care of that tooth pain or whatever is going on. That is really exceptional care, and that's why we love Hollis Dental Care. Dr. Matt Hollis and crew, 703-6680. That's 703-6680. Corner of Benton Road and Wimple up in North Bossier. So go check them out. That's Hollis Dental Care. All right. You can also find us on the YouTube channel if you like. We would appreciate you going over there. YouTube.com/@Netherton Show. That's YouTube.com/@Netherton Show is how you would find us if you would like to find us. And we would appreciate you checking in. Be awful cool of you. Be a lot cooler if you did. But yeah, go check in with us on the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Rogers, we did pick up a couple over the weekend, which was good. We're at 272 now in terms of subscriber numbers. So if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that. Again, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That's the way that you can tune in. And go not only watch our show, but also you can subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it. Trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of football season. And, Rogers, you're really going to want to make sure you're subscribed because perhaps next week the view might be a little different on the old live stream. So, we may have that happening. Just saying. Make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along should that happen. We're also available on Twitter or X, whatever you'd like to call it. The way you can find that, at Netherton Show. At Netherton Show is the main feed. Thank you to Jeff for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Jeff just subscribed. Thank you so much. Roger, should we shout him out loud for Jeff subscribing? Yeah, we'll give him a little taste. Speaking of Roger's favorites with their flamboyance growing up, Elvis, Elton, and Kiss. Yeah, that's right. The boys in black and silver and white and sparkles, sequins. All right, so at Netherton Show, at PT Netherton, at Hey Boy Rogers are your places to go to find us on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days. You can also find us, if you like, on the app. Great audio on the app. 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play or your iTunes App Store. You can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. And now going to be sporting his brand new 2023 AL West Division Championship shirt, Rogers Hampton.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkinland.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
Do you have any divisional stuff, or is it all just World Series stuff? Because you've won 2 World Series.
I've got like
I know you have some World
divisionals
Series.
and 2 World Series shirts and maybe 2 hats.
I would think
so
I
every
think like
year
the
I didn't
first,
buy. Yeah.
I would think like the first or second division, because of where they came from with the 100 losses and all that.
3 years in a row, something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Coming from where they came from,
I think the first couple years I did.
Yeah,
went
divisional
nuts with
shirts.
it.
Yeah,
and then now that it's become so old hat. Yeah, I mean, I think
Rogers, because it's so old hat, you don't even need a new hat.
I don't. I know last year I bought a World Series thing because it was the World Series that they won.
Yeah, you want to.
So I don't have to get the division thing. So just kind of wait around for when it counts.
I mean, it's true. How many World Series they lost to the Braves?
They're 2 and 3 in World Series appearances. Lost to the Braves, lost to the White Sox, and lost to the Nationals.
Nationals was the one I was thinking of. They were swept by the Nationals, right? Wasn't that a sweep?
I think so.
Yeah,
beat the Dodgers. Beat the Phillies.
Or was the Nationals the one where everybody won on each other's?
No, that's exactly what it was. Yes.
Yeah, they won in 5, I think, or was it 5 or 4?
I think Atlanta was the one where they went.
Okay, was that the one where everybody won on everyone else's turf?
I think it was.
Nobody won a home game.
One of those 2, yes. Yeah.
I just remember one of those series. Nobody won a home game. Like everybody won on the road.
Yeah.
Crazy. Let's see. World Series.
It was either the Nationals or the Braves that they did that everybody won either on the road or at home. And then finally, it was on the road. Everybody won on the road.
Right.
Because either the Braves or the Nationals won the first 2, then the Astros went up 3-2 and then lost the 2 at home.
By the way, Astros have a 13-17 overall record in World Series play. Just so you know. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can find, because it was so strange to have that happen where it was like they won, everybody won on everyone's other off on their home. No one won a home game, basically.
Yep.
What it amounted to. Which was pretty crazy. Holy cow, Rogers, I completely forgot about Milo Hamilton. Just was he the one that? Who was the one that came back out of the radio booth to coach?
Larry Durker.
Durker. That's right. Okay. I was like, I remember one of their guys was in the.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer from a player, coach, broadcaster. He's one of the Astros all-time, all-around guys.
Let's see. 2021. Dusty Baker. Okay, so in 22 was when they won the World Series. 21, the Astros in Game 6. Okay, they wanted to lose the World Series to the Braves in 6 games. Was that the one that was everybody won on everybody else's field? Braves won at the Astros. Astros won at home.
So that was, I think it's Washington.
Right. It had to have been the Nationals, which was which World Series?
One of the two.
Well, the year after was when you won it. That was last year because that Braves were 21.
The year before was the Nationals.
Okay. So we went the 2020 World Series. Oops. 2020 World Series. That was Dodgers and Rays.
Okay.
So 2018. That was Red Sox Dodgers.
Wow.
Was it 19?
That sounds right, Coke. Yeah.
Nationals Astros. Yeah, Washington won it 4-3. Nationals won Game 1 in Houston. What's this all? What kind of dumbass order is this thing in? What in the world? All right, here we go. Nationals won in Game 1 in Houston. They won Game 2 in Houston. Astros came back and won 3 in a row in Washington, and then Washington won the last 2 in Houston as it went 7. That's craziness. And by the way, none of the games were close except for Game 1 and Game 3. Game 1 was 5-4, 12-3, 4-1. 8-1, 7-1, 7-2, 6-2. And none of them were close.
No.
That's wild.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy. Anyway, I knew my brain was in there somewhere. I had that in my head. All right. So again, if you haven't watched us, please do so on the live stream, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. If you would like to watch, we're going to go over MLB. We'll kind of go over the playoffs a little bit. Coming up in just a bit, we'll kind of walk through the playoffs a little bit, see what we think. Obviously, I'm not the biggest baseball guy, so I may be the wrong guy to try to talk to about baseball. But we'll go through some of that, and then we obviously have to talk about the Saints. The Cowboys got an easy win, really nice bounce back for the boys after that game against Arizona. Saints just getting nothing offensively, and Dennis Allen basically saying, "Yeah, we're not doing anything." I don't believe in changing coaching during the middle of the season. We know we weren't good enough. We're going to get better. David Carr. I was looking at David Carr's. Was it David Carr? Did I just make that up? Derek Carr. I don't know why I kept calling him David Carr. So I was looking at one of our buddies that shows up on our show a good bit, Luke Johnson, who we may get in touch with here before too long. I believe Luke Johnson went and checked out via the Next Generation stats on Derek Carr's passing numbers against Tampa. He averaged 0.4 yards per completion in the air, which means how far did the ball travel in the air? 0.4 air yards per completion. His completion percentage was 12% below expectation, and more than half of his completions were behind the line of scrimmage. Also, why do the Saints not throw to the middle of the field? There was one play that Deuce Wyndham, who's a big Saints guy, he posted a video, and it was actually a picture, and it showed Tampa was in two safeties, too deep, right? So the middle of the field was open. So two deep, safeties are splitting. First move for safeties in a two deep is they move out towards the sidelines from the middle of the field. And then typically, depending on what kind of two deep you're playing, the linebackers either especially the middle, gain ground to kind of, it's almost that middle linebacker becomes your third safety, if you will. Now that middle linebackers have become so athletic, when you play what they call Tampa 2, that middle linebacker will turn and run with anyone that is heading down the middle of the field. But basically, the two deep is designed. You're taking away the deep outside shots, and you're kind of exposing the middle. The thought process being, if a wide receiver runs a post or a deep in or something, that the safety is going to be able to see that and match up with it across the middle. What beats a two deep typically is a really good tight end or running back that's taking the seam right up the middle. And if you're better than the linebacker, think about Drew Brees. How many times did he throw back shoulder to Jimmy Graham or throw right over the top of a linebacker to one of his tailbacks, Reggie Bush or whatever, running the seam pattern? That's how you beat two deep typically, is a guy running down the middle. Saints don't ever have anybody running down the middle. And so Deuce Wyndham shows a picture, and it's a two deep. You can see the safeties have broken towards the sideline. It's a 4-receiver package, and the inside receivers are running outs, and the outside receivers are running ins, but literally the entire middle of the field is wide open. There's not a body there. There's not a defender there. There's not an offensive player there. It is just crazy how few times you see the Saints try to throw down the middle of the field deep. It's insane. And I know the offensive line has struggled a bit, and they haven't held up all that well in pass protection. But my goodness, just run a seam route with a tight end or something. Wheel the back out of the backfield, run Kamara right down the middle of the field. You'll draw a safety or both to Kamara running down the middle of the field, and now that opens up the outside for Thomas and Olave and Shaheed and all those guys. But it is that offense for the Saints is bad right now. Just not good. Not good at all. All right. Let's get to some texts on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. Go in said, yeah, man, parentheses, supporting Rodgers. All right, there you go, Rodgers. Go in supporting you. 318 said, hey, Patrick, this is David. How about the Buffaloes? Rodgers laughed at my pick last week, yet if they get out of the gate better than the Buffaloes win outright. Is it just me, or does David Carr look sort of scared out there? That's Derek Carr. I just said David Carr. 23 completions for 127 yards, and the Saints defense made Baker Mayfield look like Patrick Mahomes. And I think Dak and the boys win in San Francisco next Sunday night. Well, number one, Baker Mayfield did not look like Patrick Mahomes. He wasn't all that good either. He picked up a few completions late, but for the most part, they didn't really put that game on ice until late in the game. It was tight most of the way. And Baker ended up making some throws, but it wasn't until the very end. Yeah, I don't know what Derek Carr's issue is, to be honest with you. Is this who he is? Right? Is this why the Raiders were okay with letting him get away and not offering him the big long-term deal to sign him and pay him? Because he certainly does not look like the guy that we were advertised that he was going to look like. He has not looked good. A lot of underneath stuff, a lot of 5-yard 5-yard comebacks. And again, I know he's not necessarily getting the amount of protection that you would want to give time for a guy to break open 30 yards downfield, but that doesn't mean you still shouldn't have someone running there. It's just the gaps and the way that the offense is constructed is just sort of just weird right now. It's very strange. Mr. J said, that's right, Rodgers. And he sent a picture of the Astros logo that says, Make America Mad Again. Chuck said Texas Rangers fans must feel like they've been thrown in a trash can and hit with a broom. Yeah, they had one of their best seasons in forever, and ultimately end up with a wild card. And by the way, have to play a very good Tampa team. Cocky said the demise of Saban has been greatly exaggerated. Ole Miss can hang 55 on the Bayou Bengals, yet can only score 10 against a stingy Crimson Tide defense. Well, we told you, right, that the real issue for LSU going into that game was secondary-wise. A lot of talent, but a lot of new faces. A lot of guys trying to learn each other, get that sort of the nonverbal communication. I know if this happens without having to tell my guy something, he's going to do this that I know he's going to do. Right, that's the difference, is the LSU secondary right now can't trust that they know where each other is going to be when they're supposed to be there in whatever that configuration is. So, again, like we're talking about, right, you're a safety, you've got a certain coverage on, and the receivers run a route that's going to change your coverage. Well, you don't necessarily have the option or the ability to talk or say that as the play is unfolding, right? It's like, all right, we're in cover 3, and they're running something that's perfect to beat cover 3. Well, we've been coached that if this happens, well, now we're picking up man, or we're switching to whatever, or maybe it's we're trading the routes if they cross or whatever. And if you don't trust and know that the guy that you're with is going to do his job, right? If the rule is that the receivers cross, well, now I know that I've got to take the other guy. I was on the inside, but now I've got to take the guy coming from the outside. But the guy on the other side to the next to me doesn't pick that up. Well, now somebody's running open, right? The two major issues that I saw in the LSU game, and again, I didn't get to see all of it. I was calling a game at the time. I went back and watched some highlights and watched a little bit of the end. The main thing I saw for LSU was tackling. A lot of broken tackles by Ole Miss, and I saw some miscommunication in the secondary. Also, not for nothing, but Hambone, can somebody teach Jaden Daniels to slide? That dude takes more big hits than anybody I've ever seen as a runner. Like, okay, dude, you got like 12 yards. You don't need to take a giant hit to get 13. Just slide and take 12. It's okay. But my goodness, he gets absolutely hammered repeatedly. Double J said, let's see, we got to go a ways back. Double J, why was Paul Pierce at the Colorado game instead of down in Austin trying to pull your boys through? I don't know, man. You ask Paul Pierce that. Kansas. Should have been at the Kansas-Texas game, not the Colorado game. To Colorado USC. Was that game in Colorado or in? It was in Colorado, right? Colorado USC. Wasn't that in Boulder? I believe it was in Boulder. Whatever, man. I don't care. I don't care where Paul Pierce is. Katrina Hibbert is a former LSU women's great who played for the Seattle Storm, an assassin from the three-point line, and should have been there over Sue Bird. It was just David Saltzman's idea of what the Mariners were going to run out there. That's all it was. He was just having a little fun. Double J, man, this is way too long, brother. The Lastros are historically comparable to the Angels, who had Angels in the outfield. Houston had the Bad News Bears, so there's that. And then he gives me a whole list of playoff appearances and records of the I don't care, Double J. I don't care. Double J said, Milo Hamilton is the guy WGN tried to bring in to work with Harry Carey, and he had such an abrasive attitude and hated the beloved Hall of Famer so much. He blamed him for not getting a job years earlier in St. Louis. Joe Garagiola took his spot and was jealous that Harry got Jack Brickhouse's job. Glad Astros fans like him. I don't have any idea if Astros fans like him or not. I was just asking who was the guy that came out of the broadcast booth that became the manager. Boy, Double J's got an axe to grind today. Calm it down, buddy. Be all right. You live in paradise, man. Take a breath. Johnny said Saints have to make a play calling change. Too much talent to have 4 touchdowns on the season. Yeah, by the way, more turnovers than touchdowns right now for the Saints. That ain't good. Ain't good at all. Trey said, have your buddy look up the next-gen stats on Pete Carmichael. He's the problem all the way back from Bountygate. I can't understand how someone can coach under Sean Payton for so long and learn nothing. Yeah, I mean, here's what I said after that game yesterday. I don't know that Pete Carmichael is the problem, right? Because I'm not in the meeting rooms. I'm not the one. I don't know what the offense is supposed to look like down in and down out, right? So I can't say with certainty that, oh, this is Pete Carmichael's issue, or oh, this is it's Derek Carr's problem, or it's the offensive line's problem, or it's backs that aren't picking up blitzers, or it's wide receivers that aren't catching the ball. Like, I don't know what the scenario is, right? I don't know who you can lay the blame, who you lay the blame on for what's happening with the Saints offense. What I do know is that ultimately it's Pete Carmichael's offense. And Rogers, you and I both know that I don't like firing people. I am very much a let people, have a chance to work their way through it. I'm not a fire anyone fast kind of guy, but I don't know how you don't do something different offensively to at least show you're trying to do something. Even if that's, all right, we're starting Jameis, which they can't do because they're already into Derek Carr for a bunch of money. Even if that is, okay, we're going to, let somebody else call plays, but Pete Carmichael's still going to be in charge of the offense, something. Or if you just outright fire Pete Carmichael because you just outright fire him because you don't, again, looking like you're doing nothing is not acceptable. You have to tell us that you're doing something. And it's, oh, well, we know the offense hasn't been good. We're going to fix it. Well, that's not, that ain't doing it, right? You've had 3 weeks, 4 weeks now where we've seen, are they 2-1, 2-2? They 2-2 now? 2-2? You've had 4, I can't believe it's 4 weeks in already. You've had 4 weeks and you have 4 touchdowns. Like, that's just the inarguable facts. So for me, even if you don't necessarily believe Pete Carmichael is the issue or the reason that your team is struggling, you kind of have to get rid of him or do something or tell us that you're doing something. What are you doing? Okay, we're, Derek Carr is being evaluated and it's going to be an open competition with Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. Or we're going to go through and see about having someone else call plays. Or we're going to delegate run game responsibility to this other coach, not this guy. Like, whatever the scenario is, just saying we know it's not good enough and we're going to fix it isn't good enough. Because, A, you're not an offensive coach, Dennis Allen. You're a defensive coach, and defensive coaches are always going to play more conservatively than offensive coaches. They just always do. And the Saints' defense has been more than good enough to win games. More than good enough to win games. I mean, if that game is 20-19, then it's a lot different. But it's all field goals for the Saints. And so the Bucs never feel threatened by the Saints offense. And look, the Bucs defense is good. They're not great. They're not amazing. They're okay. I would put them top half of the league. I would not put them top 10. But the Saints are making every defense they play look like the 86 Bears. 85 Bears, right? 85 Bears were the ones that, yeah. I mean, they're all looking like they're the purple people eaters and the steel curtain and all of that. Something's got to change offensively. Whether it's and again, some of it may just be for the sake of appearing that you're trying to make something happen. And maybe it's we let the receivers coach call plays this week. Whatever the case, you need to appear like you're doing something. All right, let's take a break. I know we're a little overdue for a break here. All right, it's Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick, that's us. We'll take a timeout, come back. We've got to give away our Two Johns Upset Special. We got more texts to get to. And we've got to talk some LSU as well. We'll be back. Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two Johns Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two Johns Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
We're your local bank in your community, so come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT, at your service. At GBT, at your service. At GBT, we're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT, at your service. GBT, come on. We're more than a bank, we're more than a site. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT, at your service. At GBT, we're at your service. At GBT, we're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
A company is only as good as its people, and at Jack Spring Electric, they have a collection of the best. Jack Spring Electric is humbled every day by the excellence of their team. They'll always work hard to provide exactly what their customer needs, whether an industrial plant, commercial storefront, or residential work, they've got you covered. If you want the job done right, within budget, on time, and by a dedicated team player, Jack Spring Electric is the electrical contractor for you. Find them at jackspringelectric.com. That's jackspringelectric.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no two people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
A lot of Cannoli's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Tiger weather now.
Clear to start off this Monday, then a sunny and warm afternoon. The high later today should hit 91 with a light breeze out of the east, and then a clear sky tonight with the low dropping down to 66. The high on Tuesday right around 90 will be a sunny day, and then clouds will increase Wednesday, and there may be an isolated shower thunderstorm developing during the afternoon hours with a high once again in the low 90s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Hambone and me, that's us. I guess, Rogers, in the grand scheme of fantasies, kissing Valentina by a crystal blue Italian stream is the way to go. Okay, let me ask you a question, Rogers. Got a question for you, my friend. I have a feeling I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you make your bed every day?
I at least straighten it up.
Okay.
I at least throw the cover on right.
Put it back, yeah.
I've got a little Afghan.
Right, get Manic Monday out here for it. They cut us off of YouTube.
Oh.
I know.
I at least throw the cover on, fluff the pillows, and I got a little Afghan that I put on top of me that my mom made for me. So
you go take somebody from Afghanistan, Rogers, and you throw them on your bed?
Back in the day when women made Afghans and pot holders and little towels and scarves from yarn.
So it's not a person, you're saying?
No.
It's not like, I just threw a Canadian on my bed.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have done that.
Oh, all right.
Girl, baby. Girl.
Hambone.
No, I at least, I don't leave it where it's on and the pillows are all. I can't do that. My OCD won't let me do that.
Once I get out of bed is exactly the way it is until I get back in it. I don't know, it's one thing if you're having company, right? If you know someone's coming in and is going to see your bed, I understand the idea of wanting to make your bed to make it look good. But if it's just you and your family, whoever, who are you making your bed for? I know a bunch of people that, that's one of their things. They have to make their bed before they leave. They have to make their bed when they get out of it. They make their bed, and then that's it. I can't, that's completely unfathomable to me mentally that,
I just can't walk away if there's a comforter wadded up into a ball in the corner about to fall against the wall.
I mean,
I can't do that.
My bed, but here's the thing. My bed also stays reasonably kind of calm. I don't kick sheets and everything all over the place. When I wake up, I throw the cover off and I get up and go do my business. So literally, when I look at my bed right now, the cover's like quarter, off over.
That's very rare.
And pillows.
Because I'm going to wake up either just scoring a touchdown or did some kung fu fighting. No, my stuff, I'll wake up and go. The mornings I wake up and I have turned the comforter completely around.
What in the world?
Like the tag is usually at the bottom left or bottom right.
Right.
All of a sudden I'll look up and it'll be right here by my face.
What are you doing at night?
I will not realize how in the world did I completely and I'm covered. Not that I knocked it off. I'll be like, I went to bed and the tag was on the right part of the bottom bed, but I wake up and it's up by the right part of my head.
Okay.
I get every now and then if I flip it over because it's gray on one side and black on the other, and sometimes I'll wake up and go, well, damn, I flipped it during the night. But when I completely spin it from where it was hanging off the end of the bed where that's now up above my neck, those are the days I'm a little, damn, what did I just dream?
Those are the days that you wish your bed was already
just
made.
Just like right there. Yeah.
Let's see. We got some texts on the YouTube channel. Alfred, hello, Patrick and Rogers. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm not going to complain or fuss about LSU this weekend. It's what I said earlier. Kelly is not a great recruiter, period. The Saints are the Saints, period. P. Johnson said, what was the point spread that won the challenge? We're getting to that here in just a moment. Alfred, Patrick, I did not hear the underdog special winner. Again, we're getting to that here in just a moment. James said it's the Rogers Hampton show starring Patrick Netherton. My favorite show, also the only show I watch. Alfred said, I wait for this show each weekday. I really do. The middle linebacker, Jack Lambert, barely covered passes. Well, yeah, they weren't running Tampa 2 in Jack Lambert's day. Most everything they were running back then was man free. You might get some cover 3 in there. And when they ran cover 2, the middle linebackers were not responsible for the deep middle. The middle linebackers were responsible for the middle. They didn't go with a deep a tight end or a running back or whatever down the seam very often. Let's see. Alfred said Dwayne Johnson is injured, correct? I don't know who. Oh, I think you mean Jawan Johnson, right? Was he injured, Rogers? I didn't notice him. Yeah, I didn't notice he did much. The out passes, Carr was short. He's injured. Finally, we got Winston in the game, and he threw an interception. One of those games where we suck. Yeah, by the way, Winston comes in and immediately throws a pick. That was wild. Against his old team where he threw 30 picks in a season. Alfred said 4 weeks. I'm not concerned with the Saints' record. I've seen this before. It's the offensive game plan not complementing the defense. Carr is injured. Set Pride aside and ride Winston. Well, I know some people that are saying set Carr aside and ride Taysom Hill as the quarterback, which, there's a lot going on there. All right, a couple more texts. Underfaker, Brian Kelly says LSU missed 34 tackles for 288 extra yards against Ole Miss. I believe it. Jamie G said, Stroh's, baby. Rogers, patience is a virtue. Demon alum said, Demon football seems to be struggling. Having seen the games, what do you think the issue is? Well, a lot like the Saints. Defense is, until this past weekend, defense gave up a ton of big plays, but was pretty good down in and down out. They were hard to drive against, put up a 5, 6, 7, 8 play drive, but they gave up big plays. Offense had not been explosive. Passing game had been really weak. Here this past weekend, passing game looked pretty good. Running game was non-existent. The defense only gave up, I think, 1 or 2 really big plays. That was a 10-10 game at halftime. And it was a 16-10 game. And then EIU ended up kicking a field goal late to make it 19-10. And NSU almost came back, had a throw into the end zone that was just off the hands of the receiver in the back of the end zone. So they weren't that far from winning that game. They just, for whatever reason, it seems like NSU just, finds a way to lose games. It's like it's like a mental issue, It's like one of those mental things where you kind of get trapped in that mentality, right? Winning teams find ways to win. Losing teams find ways to lose. And it feels like NSU is sort of trapped in that mentality because this was the game that was the first really, hey, this could be a win for you It's right there for. It's 10-10 at halftime. It's right there for the taking, and NSU did not score again. So that kind of ends up being the problem. Alpha Menace said, in my opinion, Carmichael is the issue. The last 2 years, the offense has been anemic. Peyton's last year there with Winston at QB performed better than the last 2 years. Again, I'm not here to tell you that Pete Carmichael is the issue with the Saints. I don't know that. What I will tell you is that that Pete Carmichael is an issue with the Saints, and even if it's just sort of lip service window dressing to say, hey, we're looking to address the problem, you may need to run Pete Carmichael just to prove that you're trying to get something done. Trey said, you said it yourself, they don't run seam routes on two deep coverage. He calls the plays. Yeah, again, I was a little surprised. We haven't seen them throw deep middle much. All the deep shots have been outside the numbers. Everything else has been underneath stuff. You occasionally get a crossing pattern or kind of a deep out, but very rarely are you seeing the ball going to the deep middle of the field. Which again, I don't know. Is that a Derek Carr doesn't like to throw to the middle? Is it a game plan that Tampa's? I don't know. I don't know what the scenario is. Why? And they haven't all year thrown to the deep middle. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is Alvin Kamara had 13 catches for 30-something yards. And it is the most catches. No one who has caught 13 passes has ever caught fewer than 70 yards. And he was 40 yards below that. Now, some of that is they were running the little pop passes with him, the little sweeps, jet sweep, Rogers. They were running the little sweeps with him with the pop pass. It's considered a pass, not a run, and he got caught for some big losses. That obviously factors into that. PJ said, was 13.5 enough? Well, PJ, you actually had 14, my friend. But again, we're going to tell you who won the Two Johns Upset Special in just a moment. Double J said, ghost chickens. Always ghost chickens. Cocky said, if they're not slinging poop at you, then you're probably irrelevant. Hail, hey boy. There you go, Rogers. You got you a fan. Hail. He also said 55, that's more than half 100 in Spurrier lingo. He also asked, where's this show going? Well, nobody knows where this show's going, man. Hopefully down the hall here in like a week. Doc Marvin said, announce the Two Johns winner yet? My nephew picked way better than me and curious if he won. Well, I don't know who your nephew is, Doc Marvin. He said, disregard. I just heard you. Yeah, we're announcing the winner after we come back from this break, as a matter of fact. 95 people participated in the Two Johns Upset Special this week, which, again, we like it over 100. But we had 95 people predicting upsets. How many got a correct upset, and how many ended up as the finalists? That's what we'll find out next. And we'll pick a winner on the Patrick Netherton Show.
It's just a silly phase I'm going through.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two Johns Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
We're your local bank in your community. So come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. We're more than a site. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home is a name you have trusted since 1932. As a longtime community supporter, Kilpatrick's Roseneath has always been ready to help you when making the decisions needed with your loved one's final arrangements. Roseneath is also a proud supporter of local athletics and our future generations, and also all of our Louisiana college football teams. Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Homes, Cemetery, and Flower Shop says go Tigers!
Hi, I'm Ava Cates, Secretary of the Louisiana Workforce Commission, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Tech Ready Louisiana program. Tech Ready Louisiana is a tool for everyone. We are pleased to partner with Coursera, an online learning platform to provide Louisianians access to over 6,000 free courses to help you navigate a tech-ready world. You can access Coursera by visiting our website or visit one of our local offices. Are you tech ready? Let's get started.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Workforce Commission.
A lot of Kanoi's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Piney Park Fall Festival and Spooky Trail of Lights is now open. Get your half-price tickets at seizethedeal.com. Piney Park Fall Festival and Spooky Trail. A delightful fright for all ages. Jumbo jumpers, pumpkin patches, shooting cannons, barrel trains, scavenger hunts, and spooky trails that will have you screaming for more. Hurry while they last. Seizethedeal.com has your half-price tickets for only $7.50 each. Enjoy the spooktacular fun at Piney Park in Marshall.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A lot of Kanoi's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days
In the realm of Rogers Hampton 2-second music phrases, It's Been is one of the most popular. It's Been, just randomly. What else do you have, Rod? Don't Speak. I think you had Don't Speak. Don't Speak. You had that for a little while. But like you'll just randomly be sitting here and Rogers will just go, It's Been. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hambone would like to be able to pick a winner for the Two Johns Upset Special. Two Johns, 2151 Airline Drive, just north of the railroad tracks in Bossier, Get Down City. Not open today, open tomorrow. So go check them out. Open tomorrow. Steaks, seafood, a wine list that is second to none in the entire state of Louisiana, and that includes New Orleans, who has some serious wine lists available down there in some of their fine dining establishments. Two Johns takes a backseat to nobody. That's what's awesome about Two John Steak and Seafood. Big John and Little John have done just such a remarkable job of creating the best fine dining experience that you'll find in town. Right? It used to be the casinos, right? You'd have to go to the casinos to find, one of the big steakhouses. And nope. Two Johns is the place. Right there past the railroad tracks on Airline Drive. Go check them out. Lunches on Fridays, of course. The ribeye burger and the barbecue sauce, the Leon's barbecue sauce, all of that. All that's available to you. But really, it's the steaks that you're after. Just prime cuts, amazingly well done cooks in terms of whatever temperature you want. They've got it taken care of, whether you want it well done or you just want it rare, medium, whatever. They got you taken care of. That's what they do at Two Johns Steak and Seafood. And Big John's going to come by at some point during your meal, say hello, touch the table. Make sure you tell him you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. We'd appreciate it. All right, Rogers, it's time to give away. I think we need theme music for this at some point. We just never have done it. I need a.
It's time.
Yeah,
it's time. It's time.
I need the big voice guy to do that. That's Robert. He's not the big voice guy. He's the little voice guy. But at some point, we need. I should make a theme song for this. Oh well. All right. It's time to give away the Two Johns Upset Special for the week. Rogers, we had 95 entries. 95 entries into the Two Johns Upset Special for the week. Even Hambone entered in this week's Two Johns Upset Special. He did not correctly predict an upset, however. He had Vandy. A lot of people picked Vandy. Vandy, very popular. Very popular, Vandy, very popular. The very popular Vandy, the very popular pick. Didn't do it. Kansas, very popular. Kansas, very popular. Unfortunately, Jalen Daniels didn't play. Was scratched in pregame warmups. So that didn't help. All right, so here's what we got. 95 entries. Rogers, we had 14 people correctly predict an upset. I didn't say there were 14 finalists. I said there were 14 people who correctly predicted an upset. We had multiple people that were on Baylor. Did you see that game, by the way? Were they down like 35-7 or something ridiculous? Baylor is an 8-point underdog, came all the way back to win. Bernard had Baylor. Chad G had Baylor. Quilt Lady had Baylor. And Sully 52 had Baylor. All +8, not enough. Then, Rogers, we had a bevy of folks bet on West Virginia. Some say it's the best Virginia, West Virginia. But multiple people bet on West Virginia to beat TCU, and they did in Fort Worth. They were a 14-point underdog. PJ, Slugworth, Jim Cotta, Underfaker, who seems to be on this list every week, 318, and Go Win's dad all had West Virginia +14. But, Rogers, it was not enough. And you can kill the theme music if you like. It was not enough, Rogers, because there was another. Much like the rings of power, there was another. Where is my... there it is, MAC. Okay. Rogers, we head to that MAC conference, which is redundant because C in MAC is conference, but whatever. We head to the MAC, Rogers, where sure enough, Bowling Green went in to Atlanta, Georgia, and took down Georgia Tech at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Bowling Green was a 21-point underdog. And that means Alfred, Laurie G, Last Friendship Falcon, and Sweet B. Now, you cut the timpani for just a moment, Rogers. We do have to discuss something here. All right, we do have a rule, and the rule is if you have won in the same season, if you've won this year, and you are in a finalist group, I will not put you in. All right, if you've already won one this year, not last year, this year. So, Rogers, Sweet B has already won one this year. Now, had Sweet B been the only one, if Sweet B had picked a 29-point underdog who won, Sweet B would have won outright. All right, I would give him 2 in that case. But because it is a finalist group and Sweet B has already won this year, which, let me see when Sweet B won. I think it was last week. No, it's 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Sweet B won against Underfaker, Steve T, and Bob. So because of that, Sweet B is congratulations, you're a finalist. You picked the biggest underdog for the second week this year, but you're not going to be in the drawing for the gift certificate because you already have won one. That's been our hard and fast rule. We've done that for forever. Had you won solo, whoever wins solo, if you win it solo 7 times in a row, you're Biff, and you came back from the future with the almanac. And you just wanted to win $50 gift certificates to Two Johns every week, and you picked the biggest underdog every week by yourself, I'll give you every gift certificate. But because it is a finalist group, I'm taking Sweet B out of the running for the finalists. So that means that Alfred, Laurie G, and Last Friendship Falcon are the 3 that are in the running. So, Rogers, I have Laurie G that I'm going to fold and put in here. I have Last FF, which is Last Friendship Falcon, because I wanted them to be about the same width. I didn't want one to be, significantly different. And I have Alfred. All right, so Alfred, Laurie G, and Last Friendship Falcon are now folded, and they're in the Kansas City Royals hat. I'm mixing them all up. I'm going to cover it so that I can really mix them up real good. I'm pushing it real good. All right. Then you put those back in, shuffle them up a little bit more. Everything's good. All right, Hambone. You do the honors. And I'll let you read out who won it. Don't look in there.
No,
they're all folded. That's fine. Just get in there and just shuffle them around and pick. Oh, in each other.
Yeah, they were like, well, one was inside the other one.
All right. He's put it in my hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Not looked at it.
The winner of the Two Johns up, they're folded anyway. You couldn't see them if you wanted to. The winner of the Two Johns upset special for this week is the Last Friendship Falcon. That is hilarious. I'm not going to lie, because I'm totally honest, can't see it. Like Hambone has no way to know which one is which, and yet the Last Friendship Falcon is the winner. And that's a her, right? Yes. So congratulations. I will get the info from the Last Friendship Falcon, and she will be receiving a $50 gift certificate to Two John's Steak and Seafood. Take Rogers, and y'all can relive the glory days of Friendship Academy.
She saw it firsthand.
Yeah. So there you go. Last Friendship Falcon, congratulations on winning this week's $50 gift certificate to the Two Johns for the Two Johns Upset Special. And Laurie G, Alfred, great job. Sweet B, great job. You actually picked the best upset twice now in the first few weeks. Underfaker's been in there as well. He's picked, I think Underfaker may have picked a correct upset every week this year. But he hasn't. Let me see here. Underfaker was not in week 1. Not in week 2, was in week 3, and in week 4. Okay. So last 2 weeks, Underfaker has been in the finalist group. This week, he picked a correct upset. So maybe one of these days, Underfaker, we'll get you a gift certificate. But there you go. Last Friendship Falcon is the winner of this week's Two Johns Upset Special. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Any other stray thoughts that you may have, feel free to send them our way. We would love to hear from you. And we encourage you to keep playing. We'll start it again on Thursday. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger.